Greetings, hello, welcome on in, guys. Unoptimized Fool from the closet. Glad you could be here. Listen, again, we're mostly going over all of the things for the Warcraft Direct, right? Now, yesterday we covered the roadmap, but today I want to take a little bit of a zoom in to the drive system in 11.1. Now, what is the drive system? Okay, so we're going to Undermine. The patch name is Undermined. Very funny name, very wordplay type of thing. Now, what's going to be happening is that there's going to be a new system for moving around called the drive system, where you're going to have goblin cars, right? Now, if you've ever done the goblin starting zone, you drive around in a giant car. That was a very unique way of transportation, and then it kind of just got abandoned, right? This is actually the first major thing that has ever happened to goblins since Cataclysm, which is okay, fine. I'm glad to get some more lore about them. Let's hear about the cartels. But anyway, the drive system is a land mount system. Now, you will be moving about 3 to 4 times the speed of a normal land mount, so around 300 to 400% on land, so that's pretty crazy. And you can actually upgrade these cars. But with these cars, they're not just cosmetic. Now, there'll probably be some cosmetic items here and there, but they actually have some impact. So you can upgrade the acceleration, your speed, right? You can also upgrade your drifting power. You can upgrade your, I think those are the only 2 examples I gave you, but obviously there'll probably be a little bit more. Basically, if you want to drift some more, or if you want to just have some more acceleration, you would build towards that. And again, it looks like it's all fun customization. I don't think there's no really best in slot gear. I mean, there's probably going to be guides for it, because everyone's like, guys, I found the best way to accelerate, and it saved me 3 seconds to get to the next place. This is going to be the next big thing, right? So it's fine. You don't have to listen to people like that. It's just a way to get around. Guys, I got there 3 seconds earlier than you do. I'm the best. Like that type of stuff, ignore them, right? So obviously we'll have some min-maxers there, because there's always min-maxers, okay? I'm frothing at the mouth. But in a recent interview, I forget what interview, they're doing a lot of interviews here, Ian said, yeah, there's no flying in 11.1. Now, when I was watching, I saw the drive system, like, ooh. Obviously, I mean, we all kind of assumed there was going to be no flying in 11.1. They didn't really say it, but we kind of assumed it because, yeah, you have this awesome new system. Well, I'm going to say awesome because it's new, and maybe it's not awesome. Maybe it sucks balls. But obviously we wouldn't have flying because people would just fly and not use the new system. People are used to doing their own thing. So now we're seeing, so there's no flying, right? So now that you have the land mounts, and I'm honestly fine with that, honestly. I mean, as long as it's easy to move around, right? There's going to be a bunch of streets, and as long as there's going to be areas for me to always, if I can get from the top of the map to the bottom of the map, to the left of the map, to the right of the map, all on some streets, it's all paved, there's no big obstacles, it's not, totally inconvenient for me to move around, then I'm fine with it. Now, hopefully, eventually, we get flying in that zone just for an herb collection, mining collection, some professions, right? Some of the collection professions. It's always easier to do those professions while flying. And I will die on that hill, chat. Okay. Now, we're seeing a trend here, right? We had 11.0 come out. We have flying in the almost at the Dragon Isles. We have flying inside of Khazalgar. And then 11.0.5 comes out, nothing changed, right? And then 11.0.7 comes out, and we have no flying on that island for 6 weeks, right? Limited flying. Then we can fly, but not in storms. But they are player triggered, right? And now in 11.1, we don't get to fly at all. Now, hopefully, we can eventually fly. Like, I know that, they'll probably have some lore reasons, like, those buildings are too fast, I don't want the player recreating 9/11 inside of Undermine. I don't know. Something like that, right? Some sort of lore reason for have us not fly, right? The caverns are too spiky, like something like that. I'm not going to bash this system because I've never touched it. I love flying. And I love how Blizzard is innovating here. So I'm not going to be too critical, and I'm asking you guys not to be too critical, because again, we are not flying anymore in 11.1 in this zone. So it makes me wonder how we're going to transition to the zone. Is it not like a seamless transition from like Ajkahet to Undermine? So obviously if I'm flying, I'm going to get dismounted, right? Is it going to be a loading screen? It raises a lot of questions. So I'm not going to bash this new drive system, but they are taking flying away from us. They are adding restrictions back into the game. In Dragonflight, we had 0 restrictions on flying, and now War Within, for some reason, we're getting those restrictions back. And it kind of feels weird, right? And it does feel weird. I can say it feels weird, but again, I'm not going to bash the system until we have it tested. When it's on the PTR, we can test it out. But guys, what do you guys think about this no flying business? This business happening here? I'm a little bit worried that we're gonna get very limited flying even at the start of midnight. I'm worried about it. All right, guys, Unoptimized Fool from the closet. Glad you could be here. Holy crap! I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.